Hello, everyone. Welcome to Fijian Investment Trader, known as Fijian Traders, and Boeing, ticker symbol BA. What a day of a movement of the stock price due to the safety news released for the 737 the 900 Alaska Airlines incident. But before I'm going to talk about the news, let's talk about how we did today, right? So, folks, we opened up. I was keeping on the pre-market actually to see how the stock is going to do it because I wanted to do some day trade on this. I'm also a long-term investor on this company, which I had an opportunity to do day trade on this stock today. The moving average, my pink line, my favorite 200-day EMA address was a major on top of a 60-day, became a resistance, came all the way to the first 5 minutes of the market open, and actually 10 minutes if you look at it. Yes, 10 minutes actually sell off all the way $203. Then we kind of raised and broke through this resistance, right? If you clearly sees that on the on my screen, it once it broke through was active trading sideways, where I knew it's going to be an uptrend, and we went all the way high of $209.36. Folks, my on my previous video, I did mention on this resistance level sitting right at $208.75. And sure enough, we did close on the money on that. I love to see it break out, but we didn't. So to kind of taking a couple steps back, we tested it, rejected, tested it, rejected. But our 60-day was a massive support throughout the day. And did we broke through, tested how many times? 1, 2, 3, 4. Fifth time we kind of trading sideways and we broke through. And once our 60-day was throughout the day, was acting as a massive support. And we went high of $210 and we got rejected and came right at 258 cents. Right now we're sitting aftermarket is $208.75. So the increase of 0.94%, $1.95 increase from the previous close. Folks, I like what I see with Boeing, right? And you see how much the gap that broke down and we kind of filled up the gap, which is a great news. And I'm going to talk on the technical side a little bit later on the video. So don't go anywhere because we're going to talk about the key news, right? Well, Boeing was modestly after the safety report release. Later today, the event should be proved to make it or break it of an aircraft. Boeing will take place, and Alaska National Transportation Safety Board (NTSB) plans to release the report about the incident of Alaskaairlines Boeing 737 Max. Right? It should offer new insight what happened and who's to be blamed. Boeing investors are confident, though their shares are modestly trading up high. This was more as a malfunction error than a more towards the technology, right? So this is a little bit on the news. So we know the event happened in January 5th, right? 737-900 Alaska Airlines, the mid-air appeared to missing 4 key bolts, according to the primary report from the U.S. investors. Folks, this is more goes on Alaska Airlines, right? How you do your maintenance of an aircraft. They have a lot of procedure on aircraft maintenance. It is not like when the light goes on in the car where you usually go, take it to the service. It is a routine inspection that has to be done mandatory by FFA, and they have to report it too. So here's a couple things I want to talk about is the fuselages were tore out on the left-hand side of Alaska Airlines flight shortly after takeoff from Portland, Oregon, and left a gaping hole inside the plane while in the mid-air, forced a dramatic emergency landing. The plug is the panel is in the plug of some of 737-900 Max. Instead, the additional emergency regulators grounded 171 planes several weeks so they could inspect those aircraft. Anything happens to that type of a model, it's everybody. Like, remember that 3 years ago when we had the 737-800 Max, the technology issue, unfortunate incident happened in Asian countries. So it resulted doing that because there was a malfunction on the software era. So what happened, right? Here's kind of more details. Alaska Air 1282 reached over the 16,000 feet on January 5th and the panel tore off, right, and leaving a refrigerator-sized rectangular hole in the aircraft. The plug door was discovered by the Portland school teacher who found it in his backyard. What I experienced on that, right? Hopefully, nothing land on the house or something, you damage on that. So, why is there is a panel, right? Because only that panel is not an exit, right? It's not an exit door. It's an extra separate panel right in between the exit and the back of an aircraft. So 737 MAX, Boeing's latest AL plane post production, can seat up to 222 people. The MAX 737 MAX 800 can seat up to 175. It includes an optional extra door allow for the approved number of equation parts whenever the panel adopts install for more than 189 seats. So you're not going to see that on 737 800 aircraft or 800 MAX aircraft. Planes that do not adopt additional seat can replace that door with a panel or a plug. Door plugs are used to adapt an aircraft and offer flexible layouts across the industry. So these four key balls were missing. This is more on Alaskaairlines, not on Boeing, right? When the aircraft is there, it got inspected, approved, and airline mechanics also, maintenance group also has to do inspection. And it is a wear and tear where it has resulted, unfortunately, and great news that nobody got hurt. I'm really great to hear that nobody got hurt on this incident. So that's why you see on the positive news like that, Boeing was skyrocketed today up to $275. So the last week, we were trading above when we broke out the $208.75 and was acting as a support resistance gain throughout the week. What are we looking for this week, right, folks? Couple things. Very, very key. You see my 200-day moving average on the screen? It is the pink line. The 50-day, it is sitting right, 60-day sitting right over here where they're closing this gap and they're trading in between that. It is right above $208. If I move it, we're able to see it. It's sitting at right above $208.98. So it's sitting right over there, right? So I'm going to leave it right there. I'm going to keep it to kind of shift it to $209.47 to see if it breaks out or no. RSI, the MACD still looks good, right? And it's still not a confirmation for our uptrend, folks. And I'll tell you why. It's still not a confirmation for an uptrend. Because the result is that we needed to have this crossover. We need this crossover, right? The blue line crossover the yellow line. RSI still looks flat. And we are our 60-day and our 200-day is right closing that gap. They are tagging each other. So it is a breakout point is about to happen with Boeing, right? On the stock price, not on the aircraft side. Quickly on the year to date, we tested once, two. You can see 197 is a massive support level, and $208.75 is still in play to be breakout. The next stop, right? This is all the way up here, but the next stop, I didn't put a resistance because I want guys to see it clearly on the screen, is right here. $220.16 where it needs to break out, right? This is going to be the next resistance level sitting right here. The good thing is that you can see some green bars coming in, folks. Smaller green bar to bigger green bar, right? It is a signals for an uptrend. Not a confirmation yet, but a signal for an uptrend coming up on that. 6 months, right? As we looked at it, same thing, $216. Quickly on 1 year before I let you guys go. I'm excited, folks. I'm pumped because there is a light after the tunnel, right? And crossover already happened on 1 year. RSI has a lot of room to run, right? Coming up from the oversold territory and making his way to the oversold territory. Still nothing changed. On the year to date, you might see in between that 220 to right now is going to be 213.16. So there's some key levels to keep an eye throughout this week, throughout this month of February. I won't be surprised where we'll be testing the $215 this week. I won't be surprised, right? But nevertheless, if something else came out on the report, which I don't see anything else coming, where Alaska Airlines can come back and say no, this is more because of and Boeing, then we might see some up and down scale on the price on the fundamental side. But we had a huge. Remember this gap down that we have right here, folks, all the way 442 to all the way to about $15 gap down. Like I said, this is going to be the 233 where you're going to see a stock moving for a couple of months. That is my prediction on that. Boeing's fundamentals is great. This is a great company. Has a great track record of producing so many aircrafts, like for Alaska Airlines, American Airlines, United Airlines, and Asian countries. So I'm gonna let you guys go. I'm gonna do a recap, actually a video on Thursday. So stay tuned for more videos, folks. Stay tuned. I am not going anywhere for Boeing. I'm gonna here for a long run, a long, long run. Yes, folks. So I'm gonna keep sending the updates. So stay tuned for more updates. Please, please, please put your comment down below and let me know what is your target price. Love to hear your thoughts on that. And as usual, please smash that like button. Thank you.